For thousands of years, long before modern medicine existed, long before pharmaceutical companies and synthetic drugs, and long before anyone had ever heard of a hospital or a doctor's office, the people of the ancient biblical world were healing themselves, sustaining themselves, and nourishing their bodies and their spirits with the most powerful and most extraordinary pharmacy that has ever existed. And it was not a building, it was not a laboratory, and it was not a shelf full of manufactured products. It was a garden. The plants mentioned throughout the pages of the Bible are not just historical curiosities or religious symbols. They are some of the most medicinally powerful, most nutritionally dense, and most genuinely healing plants that have ever grown on the face of this earth, and the knowledge of how to use them for healing and wellness that was accumulated over thousands of years of human experience in the ancient world is knowledge that modern science is now increasingly validating and confirming with rigorous research and clinical studies. Welcome back to the channel. Before we begin our journey through these 20 extraordinary biblical healing plants, hit that subscribe button right now and make sure you tap the bell icon so that every new video we create comes straight to your notifications and you never miss a single one. Okay, let's go to the video. Now I want to share something that I find deeply profound and deeply meaningful about the relationship between biblical wisdom and natural healing. The Bible references over 110 different plants throughout its pages, and those references are not random or incidental. They reflect thousands of years of accumulated human knowledge about the healing, nourishing, and sustaining properties of the plants that grew in the ancient Near East and Mediterranean world. The people of the biblical world understood something fundamentally important that our modern world has largely forgotten, that the natural world around us is not just a backdrop to human life, but an active and generous provider of everything we need to maintain our health, our vitality, and our well-being. Hippocrates, the father of modern medicine, famously said, "Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food." And that principle was already ancient wisdom by the time he articulated it. The healing traditions of the biblical world were built on a profound understanding of how specific plants interact with the human body to reduce inflammation, fight infection, support digestion, calm the nervous system, strengthen the immune system, and promote healing at every level of physical and spiritual well-being. Modern pharmacological research has now confirmed the active healing compounds in many of these plants, validating what ancient healers knew intuitively and empirically through generations of observation and practice. Today we are going to explore 20 of these extraordinary plants, understand their biblical significance, and learn exactly how they can be used to support your health and healing in the most natural and most time-honored way imaginable. Let us begin. At number 1, we have aloe vera. Aloe vera is one of the most widely recognized and most extensively researched healing plants in the world, and its use as a medicinal plant stretches back thousands of years into the ancient biblical world. In the Bible, aloe is referenced in the Song of Solomon and in the Gospel of John, where it is described as one of the precious substances used in the burial preparation of Jesus. Alongside myrrh, reflecting the extraordinarily high value placed on this plant in the ancient world. The ancient Egyptians called aloe the plant of immortality, and both Cleopatra and Nefertiti are said to have used it as a central component of their beauty and wellness routines. The healing properties of aloe vera are both extensive and scientifically well documented. The thick gel contained within its fleshy leaves is one of the most powerful natural wound healing substances known to science, containing compounds called acemonin and anthraquinones that accelerate the healing of burns, cuts, and skin irritations with remarkable effectiveness. Aloe gel also has powerful anti-inflammatory properties that make it extraordinarily effective for soothing sunburn, reducing skin inflammation, and calming irritated or damaged skin of any kind. Consumed as a juice, aloe vera supports digestive health, reduces acid reflux symptoms, and has been shown to have beneficial effects on blood sugar regulation. Growing aloe vera in your garden or in containers on a sunny windowsill gives you immediate access to one of the most versatile and most powerful natural healing substances available at any time of day or night. The key benefit of aloe vera as a biblical healing garden plant is its extraordinary combination of powerful skin-healing properties, digestive support benefits, anti-inflammatory compounds, and its remarkable ease of cultivation that makes it one of the most accessible and most immediately useful healing plants you can grow. Coming in at number 2, we have hyssop. Hyssop is one of the most frequently mentioned and most deeply significant plants in the entire Bible, appearing in the Old Testament in the book of Exodus, the Psalms, and Leviticus, and in the New Testament in the Gospel of John, where it is used to offer vinegar to Jesus on the cross. In Psalm 51, King David writes, "Purge me with hyssop, and I shall be clean," reflecting the ancient understanding of this plant as a powerful purifying and cleansing agent, both physically and spiritually. In the ancient biblical world, hyssop was used extensively as a ceremonial purification herb, and its medicinal properties were deeply respected by healers and priests alike. Modern scientific research has confirmed what the ancient world already knew. Hyssop is a genuinely powerful medicinal herb with significant antimicrobial, antiviral, and expectorant properties. The essential oils contained in hyssop leaves and flowers are highly effective against a range of common pathogens, including certain strains of bacteria and viruses. As a tea made from fresh or dried hyssop leaves and flowers, it is an excellent remedy for respiratory infections, bronchitis, coughs, and congestion, helping to loosen and expel mucus from the respiratory tract while fighting the underlying infection. Hyssop also has digestive benefits, helping to relieve bloating, gas, and digestive discomfort, and it has mild sedative properties that can help promote relaxation and relieve anxiety. Hyssop is a beautiful compact aromatic shrub that produces stunning spikes of blue to purple flowers that are highly attractive to bees and butterflies, making it as ornamentally valuable in the garden as it is medicinally useful. The key benefit of hyssop as a biblical healing plant is its powerful combination of antimicrobial, respiratory healing, and digestive support properties that have been valued and documented across thousands of years of human healing tradition. At number 3, we have frankincense, also known as boswellia. Frankincense is perhaps the most famous and most deeply symbolic of all the biblical plants, and its significance in the biblical world is so profound that it was considered worthy to be presented as one of the 3 gifts of the Magi to the infant Jesus, alongside gold and myrrh. Throughout the Old Testament, frankincense is described as one of the most precious and most sacred substances in existence, used in temple worship, in ceremonial anointing, and in the most important religious rituals of the ancient world. The value placed on frankincense in the ancient world was enormous, and it was literally worth its weight in gold as a trade commodity across the ancient Near East. What makes frankincense so particularly exciting from a modern healing perspective is the extraordinary depth and breadth of the scientific research that has now been conducted on its medicinal properties, and the results of that research are nothing short of remarkable. Frankincense resin contains powerful anti-inflammatory compounds called boswellic acids that have been shown in multiple clinical studies to be highly effective in reducing inflammation throughout the body. Research has demonstrated significant benefits of frankincense supplementation for arthritis sufferers, with some studies showing results comparable to conventional anti-inflammatory medications. It has also shown promising results in supporting brain health, reducing anxiety and depression, supporting immune function, and even demonstrating anti-cancer properties in preliminary laboratory research. While growing a full boswellia tree may not be practical for most garden climates, frankincense essential oil, which is derived from the resin, is widely available and can be used aromatically and topically to access many of its remarkable healing benefits. The key benefit of frankincense as a biblical healing plant is the extraordinary and scientifically validated depth of its anti-inflammatory, immune-supporting, and mood-enhancing properties that make it one of the most powerful and most comprehensively researched natural healing substances in the world. Moving on to number 4, we have myrrh. Myrrh appears alongside frankincense as one of the most precious gifts brought by the Magi, and like frankincense, its significance in the biblical world was immense. Throughout the Bible, myrrh is referenced as a component of the holy anointing oil described in Exodus, as a perfume mentioned in the Song of Solomon, and as one of the substances used in the preparation of Jesus for burial in the Gospel of John. In the ancient world, myrrh was used extensively in embalming, in perfumery, in religious ceremony, and in medicine, reflecting its extraordinarily broad range of applications and the deep respect the ancient world had for its healing properties. Modern research has confirmed that myrrh is a genuinely powerful medicinal substance with significant antimicrobial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory, and wound-healing properties. Myrrh resin and myrrh essential oil are highly effective against a wide range of bacteria and fungi, making them valuable natural treatments for oral infections, skin infections. In traditional medicine, myrrh has long been used as a treatment for oral health problems, including gum disease, mouth ulcers, and sore throats, and modern research has supported these traditional uses by identifying the specific antimicrobial compounds responsible for these effects. Myrrh also has significant anti-inflammatory properties. It supports digestive health, and it has been shown to have beneficial effects on blood lipid levels. Like frankincense, growing myrrh as a garden plant is challenging outside of warm, arid climates, but myrrh essential oil and myrrh resin are widely available and provide access to its remarkable healing properties. The key benefit of myrrh as a biblical healing plant is its powerful combination of antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, wound healing, and oral health supporting properties that have been valued across thousands of years of ancient healing tradition and are now being increasingly validated by modern scientific research. At number 5, we have garlic. Garlic is one of the most ancient, most widely used, and most powerfully medicinal plants in the entire biblical world. It is specifically mentioned in the book of Numbers, where the Israelites in the desert lament the loss of the garlic they enjoyed in Egypt, reflecting how central and how beloved garlic was in the daily life and nutrition of the ancient world. The ancient Egyptians fed garlic to the workers who built the pyramids to maintain their strength and vitality, and it was found in the tomb of Tutankhamun, reflecting its enormous cultural and practical significance. Modern science has identified the primary healing compound in garlic as allicin, which is produced when garlic is crushed or chopped, and which is one of the most powerful natural antimicrobial substances known to science. Clinical research has demonstrated that regular garlic consumption has significant cardiovascular benefits, including reducing blood pressure, lowering LDL cholesterol levels, and reducing the risk of blood clots, making it one of the most important natural foods for heart health available. Garlic is also a powerful immune system booster, with studies showing that people who consume garlic regularly experience fewer and less severe colds and other respiratory infections. It has antifungal properties, anti-inflammatory properties, and has shown promising results in cancer prevention research. Growing garlic in your garden is remarkably easy. It takes up very little space, and a few bulbs planted in fall will reward you with a generous harvest of this extraordinary healing food the following summer. The key benefit of garlic as a biblical healing plant is its extraordinary combination of powerful cardiovascular support, immune boosting, antimicrobial, and anti-inflammatory properties that make it one of the most comprehensively health-promoting foods you can grow in your own garden. At number 6, we have olive. The olive tree is one of the most deeply symbolic and most spiritually significant plants in the entire Bible, appearing throughout both the Old and New Testaments as a symbol of peace, of prosperity, of divine blessing, and of healing. The dove that returned to Noah's ark carried an olive branch. The Psalms describe the righteous person as a flourishing olive tree. Jesus prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane, which means olive press. And throughout the Bible, olive oil is described as one of the most sacred and most healing substances available to humanity, used in anointing the sick, in religious ceremonies, and as the primary cooking and healing oil of the ancient world. Modern research has revealed why olive oil was so revered in the ancient world. Extra virgin olive oil is one of the most extensively researched and most comprehensively health-promoting foods in the entire human diet. It is extraordinarily rich in oleic acid, a monounsaturated fat that has been shown to reduce inflammation, support cardiovascular health, and protect against a range of chronic diseases. It contains powerful antioxidant compounds called polyphenols that protect cells from oxidative damage and have been associated with reduced risk of heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. The Mediterranean diet, which is centered on olive oil consumption, is consistently ranked as one of the healthiest dietary patterns in the world, with populations that follow it showing significantly lower rates of chronic disease and significantly longer life expectancy. Growing an olive tree in your garden is possible in mild climates, and even in colder regions, compact varieties can be grown successfully in containers. The key benefit of the olive, as a biblical healing plant, is its extraordinary richness in anti-inflammatory polyphenols, heart-protective monounsaturated fats, and its central role in one of the most scientifically validated healthy dietary patterns in the world. At number 7, we have mint. Mint is specifically mentioned in the New Testament, in the Gospel of Matthew and the Gospel of Luke, where Jesus references the Pharisees tithing mint along with dill and cumin, reflecting how highly valued this aromatic herb was in the ancient world. Mint has been used as a medicinal plant throughout the ancient Near East for thousands of years, and its healing properties were well understood and widely applied in biblical times for digestive complaints, headaches, respiratory problems, and a range of other common health issues. Modern research has confirmed and expanded our understanding of mint's healing properties significantly. The primary active compound in mint is menthol, which is a powerful natural analgesic and antispasmodic that is particularly effective for digestive health. Peppermint tea is one of the most scientifically well-supported herbal remedies for irritable bowel syndrome, with multiple clinical trials demonstrating significant improvement in symptoms, including abdominal pain, bloating, and digestive cramping with regular consumption. Menthol also has powerful decongestant properties, making mint tea and mint steam inhalation effective natural treatments for respiratory congestion, sinusitis, and common cold symptoms. Mint has also been shown to have beneficial effects on headache relief when applied topically as an essential oil, and it has significant antimicrobial properties. Growing mint in your garden is extremely easy, and it spreads prolifically, making it one of the most accessible and most abundantly available healing herbs you can grow. The key benefit of mint, as a biblical healing plant, is its remarkable combination of digestive healing, respiratory support, pain relieving, and antimicrobial properties that make it one of the most versatile and most immediately useful healing herbs available to the home garden healer. At number 8, we have coriander, also known as cilantro. Coriander is one of the most fascinatingly referenced plants in the entire Bible. In the book of Exodus, the manna that God provided to feed the Israelites in the wilderness is specifically described as being white, like coriander seed, reflecting how familiar and how important this plant was to the people of the ancient world. Coriander has been found in ancient Egyptian tombs and in ancient herbal texts from across the ancient Near East, reflecting its widespread cultivation and its well-established medicinal reputation across multiple ancient civilizations. Modern research has revealed that coriander is a genuinely impressive medicinal plant with a remarkable range of health benefits. The seeds of the coriander plant have been shown to have significant blood sugar lowering effects, making them particularly valuable for people managing diabetes or metabolic syndrome. Coriander also has powerful digestive benefits, helping to relieve bloating, gas, and digestive spasms, and supporting the production of digestive enzymes. Research has demonstrated antimicrobial properties against a range of common pathogens, and the essential oil of coriander has shown particularly impressive activity against certain drug-resistant bacteria. Coriander leaves are also rich in vitamin K, vitamin C, and powerful antioxidants that support overall health and well-being. Coriander is very easy to grow from seed in the garden, and it self-seeds readily, making it a reliably self-perpetuating addition to any healing herb garden. The key benefit of coriander as a biblical healing plant is its unique combination of blood sugar regulating, digestive supporting, antimicrobial, and antioxidant-rich properties that make it one of the most medicinally versatile and most nutritionally valuable herbs in the biblical healing garden. At number 9, we have saffron. Saffron is one of the most precious and most exclusive healing plants referenced in the Bible, and it is specifically mentioned in the Song of Solomon, alongside other precious aromatic plants, as one of the most desirable and most valuable substances in the ancient world. Saffron is derived from the stigmas of the Crocus sativus flower, and it has been the most expensive spice in the world, by weight, throughout most of recorded human history, reflecting both its extraordinary rarity and the profound value placed on its healing and aromatic properties in the ancient world. Modern clinical research has produced some of the most exciting and most promising results for saffron of any plant on today's list, particularly in the area of mental health and neurological well-being. Multiple well-designed clinical trials have demonstrated that saffron supplementation has significant antidepressant effects, comparable in several studies to conventional antidepressant medications in mild to moderate depression, making it one of the most exciting natural mental health interventions currently being researched. Saffron has also shown significant benefits for memory and cognitive function, with research suggesting it may have a protective role against the progression of Alzheimer's disease. It has powerful antioxidant properties due to its unique compounds crocin and saffronol that protect cells from oxidative damage throughout the body. Saffron crocus bulbs can be grown in the garden, and each flower produces those precious red stigmas that represent both culinary gold and medicinal treasure. The key benefit of saffron as a biblical healing plant is its extraordinary and scientifically validated antidepressant, cognitive supporting, and antioxidant properties that make it one of the most precious and most genuinely powerful healing plants in the entire biblical tradition. At number 10, we have fig. The fig tree is one of the most frequently referenced plants in the entire Bible, appearing from Genesis all the way through to the book of Revelation, and occupying a central place in the agricultural, spiritual, and medicinal traditions of the biblical world. In the second book of Kings, the prophet Isaiah prescribes a poultice of figs to heal the potentially fatal skin infection of King Hezekiah, and that prescription represents one of the earliest recorded uses of a plant-based medicine in human history. In the New Testament, Jesus uses the fig tree repeatedly as a teaching symbol, and his cursing of the barren fig tree is one of the most dramatic botanical moments in the entire gospel narrative. Figs are extraordinarily rich in dietary fiber, in essential minerals including potassium, calcium, and magnesium, and in powerful antioxidant compounds that support overall health and cellular protection. The high fiber content of figs makes them one of the most effective natural remedies for constipation and digestive health challenges, and research has confirmed the effectiveness of dried fig consumption for improving bowel regularity. Fresh fig leaves have been shown in research to have significant blood sugar-lowering effects, and fig leaf tea has a traditional use in the management of diabetes across multiple ancient healing traditions. Fig trees can be grown in a wide range of climates, including cooler regions where they can be grown against a warm south-facing wall, or in containers that can be brought inside during the coldest months. The key benefit of the fig as a biblical healing plant is the extraordinary nutritional richness of its fruit, combined with the blood sugar-regulating properties of its leaves, and its long and deeply documented history of healing use across thousands of years of biblical and ancient Mediterranean tradition. At number 11, we have pomegranate. The pomegranate is one of the most visually beautiful and most symbolically rich plants in the entire Bible, referenced extensively in the books of Exodus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, and the Song of Solomon, and used as a decorative motif throughout the ancient temple in Jerusalem, reflecting the profound spiritual significance and cultural importance of this extraordinary fruit in the biblical world. Modern nutritional science has identified the pomegranate as one of the most antioxidant-rich foods on the entire planet, with an antioxidant capacity significantly higher than that of red wine or green tea. Research has demonstrated impressive cardiovascular benefits of regular pomegranate consumption, including significant reductions in blood pressure, reductions in LDL cholesterol oxidation, and improvements in arterial health that together make it one of the most powerful natural heart health foods available. Pomegranate has also shown significant anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer properties in laboratory and clinical research, and it has demonstrated beneficial effects on memory and cognitive function in aging populations. The key benefit of pomegranate as a biblical healing plant is its extraordinary antioxidant richness and its scientifically documented cardiovascular, anti-inflammatory, and cognitive supporting properties that make it one of the most powerfully health-promoting fruits you can grow in your healing garden. At number 12, we have cumin. Cumin is specifically mentioned in the New Testament in Matthew, where Jesus references it as one of the herbs that the Pharisees were tithing, and it was a plant of great economic and medicinal importance throughout the ancient biblical world. Cumin seeds have been found in ancient Egyptian tombs, confirming their widespread cultivation and use across the ancient Near East. Modern research has confirmed that cumin is a remarkably powerful medicinal spice. It has significant digestive benefits, improving the production of digestive enzymes and bile and helping to relieve bloating, gas, and digestive discomfort. Research has demonstrated impressive blood sugar-lowering effects, with cumin supplementation showing significant reductions in fasting blood sugar and markers of insulin resistance, making it particularly valuable for metabolic health. Cumin also has anti-inflammatory properties, antimicrobial properties, and a rich antioxidant profile that supports overall cellular health and protection. The key benefit of cumin as a biblical healing plant is its powerful combination of digestive supporting, blood sugar regulating, anti-inflammatory, and antimicrobial properties that make it one of the most medicinally valuable spices in the biblical healing garden tradition. At number 13, we have rue. Rue is referenced in the Gospel of Luke as one of the tithed herbs of the Pharisees, and it was one of the most important medicinal herbs in the ancient world, known for its powerful therapeutic properties, and used extensively in ancient healing traditions across the Mediterranean and the Near East. Rue has significant antimicrobial properties and has traditionally been used as a remedy for digestive complaints, menstrual irregularities, and nervous system disorders. It contains a compound called rutin, which is a powerful bioflavonoid antioxidant that has been shown to strengthen capillary walls, improve blood circulation, and reduce the risk of blood clots. Rue also has antispasmodic properties that make it valuable for relieving muscle tension and cramps. An important caution with rue is that it should be used with great care, as it can be toxic in large doses and should never be used during pregnancy. Always consult a healthcare professional before using rue medicinally. The key benefit of rue as a biblical healing plant is its rich rutin content and its traditional use across thousands of years as a valuable circulatory supporting and antispasmodic medicinal herb that represents an important part of the ancient biblical healing tradition. At number 14, we have dill. Dill is referenced alongside mint and cumin in the Gospel of Matthew, reflecting its importance as a valuable and commercially significant herb in the ancient biblical world. Dill has been used as a medicinal plant throughout the ancient Near East and Mediterranean world for thousands of years, valued primarily for its powerful digestive healing properties. Research has confirmed that dill contains significant amounts of flavonoids and other antioxidant compounds that have anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial properties. Dill is particularly well documented for its digestive benefits, and dill seed tea has been used for centuries as a reliable remedy for colic in infants, for relieving gas and bloating, and for calming digestive spasms. It also has mild calming properties that support relaxation and sleep quality, and it has been shown to have modest blood sugar lowering effects. Dill is one of the easiest herbs to grow from seed in the garden, and it self-seeds freely, making it a wonderfully self-perpetuating addition to any biblical healing herb garden. The key benefit of dill as a biblical healing plant is its gentle but effective digestive healing properties, its antioxidant richness, and its easy cultivation that makes it one of the most accessible and most consistently useful healing herbs in the biblical garden tradition. At number 15, we have cedar. Cedar is one of the most majestic and most symbolically powerful plants in the entire Bible. The cedars of Lebanon are referenced repeatedly throughout the Old Testament as symbols of strength, majesty, and divine blessing. King Solomon used the great cedars of Lebanon to build the temple in Jerusalem, considering their wood the most worthy and most magnificent building material available for a house of God. Cedar essential oil derived primarily from the Atlas cedar or the Himalayan cedar has been shown in modern research to have significant therapeutic properties. It has powerful antimicrobial and antifungal properties, making it effective against a range of skin infections and scalp conditions. Cedar oil has well-documented insect repellent properties that make it an excellent natural alternative to chemical insect repellents. Research has also shown that cedarwood essential oil has significant sedative and anxiety-reducing effects, with studies demonstrating that its primary active compound Cedrol reduces heart rate and blood pressure and promotes a state of calm relaxation, making it one of the most valuable natural remedies for stress and sleep support available. The key benefit of cedar as a biblical healing plant is its powerful combination of antimicrobial, antifungal, insect repellent, and deeply calming sedative properties that make it one of the most symbolically and medicinally significant plants in the entire biblical healing tradition. At number 16, we have Balm of Gilead. The Balm of Gilead is one of the most famous healing substances in the entire Bible, referenced in the book of Jeremiah, in one of the most poignant and most recognizable questions in all of Scripture. Is there no balm in Gilead? Is there no physician there? This question has echoed through thousands of years of human experience as a metaphor for the search for healing and restoration, and the plant from which this precious balm was derived was considered one of the most powerful healing substances in the ancient world. The Balm of Gilead is believed to be derived from the Commiphora gileadensis plant, a relative of myrrh, that produces a fragrant resin with significant healing properties. Modern research on related Commiphora species has confirmed significant antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and wound-healing properties. The balm was used extensively in the ancient world for healing wounds, treating skin conditions, and as a respiratory remedy. Modern preparations related to this biblical healing tradition continue to be used in natural medicine for respiratory conditions, skin healing, and as anti-inflammatory agents. The key benefit of Balm of Gilead as a biblical healing plant is its ancient and deeply documented healing reputation, combined with the scientific confirmation of significant antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties in related plant species that make it one of the most historically significant and most symbolically powerful healing plants in the entire biblical tradition. At number 17, we have wormwood. Wormwood appears multiple times in the Bible in the books of Proverbs, Lamentations, Amos, and Revelation, where it is associated with bitterness and with divine judgment, reflecting the intensely bitter taste of this plant that was well known throughout the biblical world. Despite its association with bitterness, wormwood was one of the most important and most widely used medicinal plants in the ancient Near East. The primary medicinal use of wormwood throughout history has been as a treatment for intestinal parasites and worms, giving the plant its evocative common name. The active compound absinthin in wormwood is one of the most bitter substances known, and it is powerfully effective against a range of intestinal parasites. Modern research has also confirmed that wormwood has significant antimicrobial properties, and it has been investigated for potential benefits in the treatment of certain types of cancer, with some preliminary research showing promising results. Wormwood should be used with great caution and under professional guidance, as it contains thujone, which can be toxic in excessive amounts. The key benefit of wormwood as a biblical healing plant is its powerful antiparasitic, antimicrobial, and digestive stimulating properties that have been documented across thousands of years of ancient healing tradition, representing an important and historically significant part of the biblical healing plant heritage. At number 18, we have grapevine. The grapevine is one of the most pervasive and most deeply significant plants in the entire Bible. From Noah's vineyard in Genesis to Jesus describing himself as the true vine in the Gospel of John, The grapevine is woven throughout the biblical narrative as one of the most central and most symbolically rich plants in all of Scripture. In the ancient biblical world, the grape was one of the most important agricultural crops, providing food, drink, medicine, and economic livelihood for millions of people across the ancient Near East. Modern nutritional science has identified grapes as one of the most antioxidant-rich foods available, particularly through a powerful compound called resveratrol, found in grape skins, that has generated enormous scientific interest for its potential health benefits. Resveratrol has been shown in laboratory and animal research to have significant cardiovascular protective effects, anti-inflammatory properties, and potential anti-aging effects through its activation of certain longevity genes. Grapeseed extract is one of the most potent antioxidant supplements available, with research supporting its benefits for cardiovascular health, skin health, and cellular protection from oxidative damage. Growing grapevines in your garden provides not only beautiful ornamental value with their lush foliage and attractive fruit clusters, but also a generous supply of one of the most antioxidant-rich and most medicinally significant fruits in the biblical healing tradition. The key benefit of the grapevine as a biblical healing plant is the extraordinary antioxidant richness of its fruit, particularly through resveratrol and grapeseed proanthocyanidins that make it one of the most scientifically fascinating and most medicinally promising plants in the entire biblical garden. At number 19, we have Rose of Sharon, also known as Hibiscus. The Rose of Sharon is referenced in the Song of Solomon as one of the most beautiful and most beloved flowers of the biblical world. While the exact botanical identity of the biblical Rose of Sharon has been debated by scholars, the hibiscus is one of the most widely accepted candidates, and the hibiscus has an extraordinary medicinal tradition that makes it one of the most valuable healing plants in the biblical garden. Hibiscus tea, made from the dried flowers of Hibiscus sabdorifa, has been the subject of impressive clinical research, particularly for its cardiovascular benefits. Multiple clinical trials have demonstrated that regular consumption of hibiscus tea significantly reduces blood pressure in people with elevated blood pressure, with some studies showing results comparable to commonly prescribed blood pressure medications. Hibiscus is extraordinarily rich in anthocyanins and other antioxidant compounds that have anti-inflammatory, liver protective, and immune-supporting properties. Research has also shown benefits for cholesterol management and blood sugar regulation. The deep ruby red color of hibiscus tea is itself an indicator of its extraordinary antioxidant richness. The key benefit of hibiscus as a biblical healing plant is its clinically validated and impressively powerful blood pressure-lowering effect, combined with its rich antioxidant profile and its anti-inflammatory properties that make it one of the most practically useful and most immediately health-promoting plants in the entire biblical healing garden. At number 20, we have mustard. Closing out our list of 20 biblical healing plants, at number 20 we have mustard. And it is a wonderfully appropriate plant to close this list with, because it is the plant that Jesus chose to use in one of the most famous and most deeply meaningful parables in all of the New Testament. In the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus describes the kingdom of heaven as a mustard seed, the smallest of all seeds, that grows into the largest of garden plants, becoming a tree large enough for birds to come and nest in its branches. That parable about potential, about growth from the smallest beginnings, and about the extraordinary outcomes that can emerge from seemingly insignificant starting points, is a perfect metaphor for the healing potential of plants themselves. Mustard seeds contain a powerful compound called sinigrin, which breaks down into allyl isothiocyanate when the seeds are crushed, and this compound has been shown to have significant antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, and anti-cancer properties in laboratory research. Mustard has a long tradition of topical use as a plaster for relieving chest congestion, bronchitis, and respiratory infections, and mustard seed compresses have been used for centuries to stimulate circulation and relieve deep muscular and joint pain. Mustard greens are extraordinarily nutritious, being rich in vitamins K, A, and C, and in glucosinolates that have been associated with cancer protective effects in numerous research studies. Mustard is one of the easiest plants to grow from seed, in the garden, growing quickly and prolifically in a wide range of conditions and providing both nutritious edible leaves and medicinally valuable seeds throughout the growing season. The key benefit of mustard as a biblical healing plant is the beautiful parable it carries within it about growth from small beginnings, combined with its genuine and scientifically documented antimicrobial, anti-inflammatory, nutritional, and potentially cancer-protective properties that make it a truly worthy and deeply meaningful final entry on our list of 20 biblical plants that heal. And there you have it, 20 extraordinary biblical plants that you should plant in your garden for healing, for nourishment, for beauty, and for a profound connection to one of the oldest and most deeply meaningful healing traditions in human history. From the skin-healing miracle of aloe vera to the parable-filled power of mustard, every single plant on today's list carries within it thousands of years of accumulated healing wisdom that is now being increasingly validated and confirmed by modern scientific research. There is something deeply moving and deeply humbling about the realization that the healing knowledge encoded in the pages of the Bible is not mythology or superstition, but genuine empirical wisdom accumulated over millennia of human experience with the natural world. A biblical healing garden is not just a beautiful and productive garden. It is a living connection to the most ancient and most profound healing tradition in human history. Please remember to always consult with a qualified healthcare professional before using any plant medicinally. Thank you so deeply and so sincerely for watching today's video, all the way through to the very end. This video represents some of the most meaningful and most deeply researched content we have ever created on this channel, and the fact that you watched it all the way through means more to me than I can adequately express. If today's video moved you, inspired you, and opened your eyes to the extraordinary healing potential of biblical plants, please give it a big thumbs up and share it with everyone in your life who is interested in natural healing, in biblical wisdom, and in the extraordinary power of plants to support health and well-being. This is the kind of content that deserves to reach as many people as possible, and your sharing makes that happen. Subscribe to this channel and tap that bell icon so you never miss any of our upcoming videos on healing plants, biblical gardens, and natural wellness gardening, because we have so much more extraordinary content coming your way. Thank you again for being here, for being part of this wonderful community, and for your incredible ongoing support. I appreciate every single one of you, more than words can say, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, plant those biblical seeds, tend those healing gardens, and may every plant you grow bring healing, beauty, and deep blessing to your life and to the lives of everyone around you.